You've been in the gym, you've been tracking your food, the scale's moving, the abs are coming in at the top, but that last bit of fat around your waist just won't budge. I've been there, I remember looking in the mirror and thinking, why do I still have love handles? Okay, my face was lean, my arms looked good, but that stubborn fat patch around the belly was still there. Sound familiar? Bad news, it's normal, okay? This is how the male body works. The good news, you can lose it, okay? But not with a million ab crunches or detoxes or crash diets. You need to go further and stay consistent. Let's get something straight. Losing fat around your lower belly and love handles is one of the hardest things to do as a guy. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because that's just how your body is wired, okay? Men naturally store more fat in their midsection. It's literally the first place fat goes to when you're gaining weight and the last place it comes to when you're cutting. Why? Hormones, testosterone, cortisol, evolution. Our bodies are designed to keep some fat in reserve right around the waistline. It's like your body saying, let's just hold on to this bit, just in case we need it. And when you start dropping fat, guess what goes first? Like your face slims down, like your arms get more vascular, your shoulders, pop a bit more than they used to, okay? But that lower belly, it literally hangs on for dear life. And that's because fat loss isn't linear, okay? It's not a straight line. Your body has more or less a specific order in which it lets go of fat. And for most men, love handles dead last. Now, you might be thinking, what if I just train more, do more abs or do more cardio or try fat burning pills, okay, man? None of that's gonna work, at least not for spot reducing fat, because spot reduction of fat is a total myth. Like you cannot out-train biology. I remember being around 16, 17% body fat, like my face looked pretty lean, my arms were decent, but my waist just looked soft. It looked weird. Like in every t-shirt I wore, like no matter how many crunches I did, the fat just wouldn't budge. It would just stay. It wasn't until I got leaner overall that it finally started coming off. So if you're there now, close, but not quite, just know this. You're not broken, all right? You don't need to change your plan. You just need to keep going, man. That's what you need to do. So the big question most guys ask at this stage is, should I keep cutting or maybe bulk up a bit or just maintain and hope it eventually goes? Here's the truth. If you still have visible love handles, you are not lean enough yet. You're probably sitting, in that 15 to 20% body fat range, okay, maybe a bit more. And at that level, cutting is your friend, okay? Because the goal right now isn't to bulk up and gain size. You'll end up just putting fat back on in the same spots you're trying to lose it from. What if I just carry on? Okay, that's coasting, man. That's what most people default to when they're tired of dieting. But all it really does is it just keeps you in a limbo, okay? You still got the love handles. You're not lean. You're not fully muscular. You're just kind of like stuck. It's not a nice place to be, trust me. Like, I remember hitting 80 kilograms thinking, okay, I've lost enough weight. I've earned the right to bulk. But my waist still looked fluffy and soft, and like shirts would just cling on to all the wrong places, and I didn't feel confident at all. And it was only when I committed to getting leaner that I started to look and feel like I actually lifted. Now, can you build muscle and lose fat at the same time? Technically, yes, you can. It's called body recomposition, but it's only really effective for 3 types of people, okay? So true beginners, okay? People who haven't trained before, people coming back after a time off or an injury, and those that have a higher body fat percentage, okay? And if that's not you, you'll spin your wheels in the ground, you'll waste time trying to do both. So unless you're brand new to training or in those other 2 camps, just commit to the cut, man. Trust me, you'll get leaner, you'll look sharper, you'll earn the right to bulk later with way better results. Okay, so what is the strategy then? Okay, so first thing we need to talk about is nutrition. And you don't need a perfect diet, okay? You need a consistent one that you can stick to. And what does that mean? Okay, it means a sustainable calorie deficit. You need to track your food, yes. Most guys massively underestimate how much they eat, especially with sauces, snacks, sugary drinks, bites here and there. And you need to up your protein and fiber, okay? 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight and 30 grams of fiber a day. This keeps you full, preserves your muscle mass, and helps keep your digestion smooth, okay? And please eat real food, mate. Like if your diet should be 80% whole foods, okay? So minimally processed things. So I'm talking chicken, eggs, oats, rice, berries, Greek yogurt, potatoes, the stuff you'd find in a kitchen and not like, a vending machine, all right? And just prep a couple of meals ahead. Stick to simple staples. Just eat the same things on repeat. Like, you don't need to go super complicated, okay, and become some crazy chef. You've got a busy schedule, so you don't have time to cook. Who cares? Everyone is busy. Just get healthy meals delivered. Like, stop making excuses. Okay, so training wise, you don't need 7-day bro splits or flashy workouts. What you need is progressive overload, so getting stronger and stronger over time. 3 to 4 sessions per week is enough if you train hard and you train smart, okay? So just do full body or upper lower splits with compound lifts, okay? Squats, presses, deadlifts, pull-ups, add in some ab specific training, okay? Yes, actually train your core. A couple of times a week, 3 sets of 12 to 20 reps, okay? Slow it down, use resistance. What about high intensity interval training or circuits? Optional, good for your cardiovascular health, but not essential if your diet and your lifting is dialed in. It might actually impact your recovery. And that's one thing I need to talk about. Sleep is a requirement, okay? It's not just the cherry on top of the sundae. If you're sleeping 5 to 6 hours, you're under constant stress, like living off coffee, like don't expect fat loss to cooperate, okay? You need 7 to 8 hours minimum. Have a wind down routine, okay? Stop using screens so late in the night, okay? De-stress, go on walks, journal, deep breathing, meditation, whatever works for you, okay? Cortisol kills your gains, okay? And it will keep the fat clinging on in all the places that you don't want. Your step count matters more than you think, okay? 10 to 15,000 steps a day. Also, this is important. Don't rely on how you feel all the time, okay? That's when emotions and self-doubt take over, okay? You need to track your weight every single day and then take average over the course of the week. You want to take progress photos every couple of weeks, okay? Waist measurements, okay? Or you'll use body fat calipers. You don't need to go to a DEXA scan. Just give yourself a chance to get real data on yourself, okay? And if you're not progressing, you can just adjust a bit. You can eat a little bit less. You can try moving a little bit more, or see what's slipping, okay? What's going on with your diet? What's going on with your training that's, not doing so good, and then you can adjust, okay? Listen, I know what it's like to be so close to where you want to be. Like, I remember looking in the mirror, I was lean-ish, my arms, my chest coming through, but my waist, like, still like a mini tire around, like still holding on, and I thought I failed, maybe this just wasn't for me, maybe I just can't get lean. But the truth is that last bit of fat is the final price you pay for discipline. That's what separates the guys who kind of lift to the guys who they look like they lift. No more of that, I'll just start again on Monday, no more, I've been good, I deserve a break. Mate, you want that lean, athletic, confident physique? Then understand this. You don't need perfection, you need consistency. You just need to stay in the game, okay? And that's where most people quit. Don't be most people. Every day you push through this phase, you're getting sharper. Every time you say no to comfort food, to Netflix, or to the takeaway, you're building resilience, okay? Push the boundaries of your mind. That's the most important thing. And if it was easy, every guy will be walking around, 10% body fat, like ripped as fuck. So why do most people quit? Because people don't see the results fast enough. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Yeah, honestly, man, it was tough. Like, I was putting in so much work. I was leaning down. Like, it was taking me months, okay? And I started to see the top 2 abs, then the middle 2, and it was difficult. I was on a calorie deficit for a while, and it's so easy to quit, Like, when I was doing a cut like last year, like my progress was just stalling after months. I was like, the weight's not coming off. I look the same, I still can't get rid of that bit of fat at the bottom. And it almost broke me because I was sacrificing so much. Like, I was tracking everything. I was saying no to like nights out and drinks and things. And I was like really determined to get the abs like fully visible. And like, yeah, you could see like the top 2, but the middle 2 kind of, but then like the bit at the bottom was kind of just all into one. And I was like, well, this doesn't make sense. Like, my shoulders look good, my back looks like really well defined, like my jawline sharp. I look lean. I can see the veins in my arms. Like, yeah, like why do I still have that bit of fat at the bottom? It was driving me insane. Like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh man, like maybe I need to take a break. Maybe I should just take my foot off the gas a bit and try something else. Or maybe I should start. Let me start bulking. Let's do that. And I'm so glad I didn't, because I carried on, I persevered, and the lower abs came through. It just took like a lot longer than I thought it would. And that's the danger with like these, 28-day shred challenges and whatever people do. Like it kind of instills like an impatient mindset. Yeah. So if you don't get what you want after 28 days, you just kind of stop and you know what, I tried, so be it. Let's try something else. Or let's jump on to the next program or the next thing. And that's not our fault. We've become so impatient. Like we can literally get anything we want at a click of a button. Like we want to go on a date, we just download a dating app and swipe right. We want takeaway, just pull up Uber Eats and order some food. We don't appreciate, I think, enough that, good things take time. Like getting abs takes time, especially, man, if you're like 25, 30% plus body fat like I was, that's not a 2-month fix. That's going to take you best part of a year to get lean. Like if you do it slowly and steadily and you don't crash diet. I don't think crash diets are the answer. Maybe you look in the mirror and you're not happy with where you are. You are not angry, you're not upset, but there's this bit in between where you're kind of confused. Like, how did I let things slide this much? And I think having that moment where you're able to sort of become aware of your situation is really important. It might be this video, it might be something next week that happens in your life, or I don't know, maybe down the line, you get that kick up the backside where you know what, I need to change. I need to stop what I'm doing because this isn't working. Like look in the mirror right now. Your body is a direct reflection of the decisions you've made. Okay, and it wasn't one decision, it wasn't two, it was hundreds, it was thousands. Training your subconscious, because your subconscious makes the decisions for you. They're called habits. Okay, they form 50% of what we do. Okay, maybe even more. So many of our behaviors are automatic. And if we get into a routine of being super lazy, not active, not walking, not training, eating like crap, then guess what? You're not going to look super athletic. I'm rooting for you. You can do it. You can absolutely do it. Like you can do whatever you want when you put your mind to it. And if you start with your training, your diet, like your life will just become so much better because you will have more confidence. Like you've put months and months and months of work into something to create a body for yourself. That's amazing. That will bleed into every other aspect of your life, whether it's family, whether it's relationship, whether it's your work life, getting a promotion, or getting that girl asking her out on a date, or whatever it is, however silly it may be. You will just have that 1% of confidence that can, skyrocket your life and take yourself to the next level and live a better life, be a better role model for the people around you. Okay? Anyway, that's enough for today. I will see you in the next one, man. Peace.